All right, happy Wednesday, everybody. It is August 23rd, 2023, and we're back here at precisealgorithmtrading.com, and we are going to look at the markets. Let's take a look. Here's the S&P 500, which I know all my lines and stuff are hard to see through for some folks, so I'm going to zoom in a little bit. That is a nice big bullish candle coming right into this pink line, and I am assuming that we will not be able to break through it on the first round. So we also have this downward sloping resistance that I drew in a while ago. And even though it's not a conventional resistance line, I think it will also help serve as resistance. So you got a downward sloping line and this pink line coming in here. And yeah, that doesn't mean we're going to just go down tomorrow. It just means maybe we'll pivot up or, waffle around up here a little bit and typically get some kind of a doji in that up position right there before we roll over a little bit and maybe to retest either of these levels down here or come down, put in a higher low so that we can have essentially an opportunity to go put in a higher high. And that might be getting ahead of ourselves. The uh, construction over here on the left hand side on the weekly chart, it doesn't look finished. However, the fact that it's at that purple line, or just I guess it's still purple, um, you know, I learned something a long time ago that trends tend to not want to give up without a fight. So that uptrend comes back into this zone, won't want to give up without a fight, and we're seeing that with this push up here. Now the question is, will we see more of that, or are we going to just roll over and who knows? And actually, I don't trade really off of the weekly chart anyway, so who cares? Um, we trade off of the daily and the hourly, to be honest with you. The daily is the king, and we'll see what happens. I mean, it's also that green line right there is a 50 period moving average, and the fact that it's green means that it's in a bullish condition. So if it stays green and doesn't turn red, then this thing could just reverse back up again. And I'm not, for what it's worth, I'm not bullish in the or I'm not in the. I don't have any S&P 500 stocks per se that are based off of the SPX right now. Um, so that's just me because I don't really have a buy signal on the daily. I do on the hourly. If we were going to trade just the hourly chart, this is a bullish setup and a bullish condition going all the way through here, and then you just get out when it rolls back over again, which is a totally fine system. It's the same as the daily. It's just I can stay in the daily longer, and that's really what it boils down to. All right, let's move on to the Dow Jones Industrials, which had a bullish day today, but not near as much. But it also hasn't pulled back as hard as the S&P. We still don't have a bullish condition here necessarily on the daily chart to be. It's not in a buy condition at all, and it's less of a buy condition over here on the hourly chart. That is a tell for the overall market when they're not like at least close to each other, and I would call that not close to each other, because the S&P's already run off a little bit here on the hourly chart. The Russell, that's a nice push back up again. This could end up being a pivot down here that would hold. We could even get down into this zone before we take off. We need to start seeing some bullishness here, and at least the yellow bars coming out into the true Momo indicator. And you can see here that we have been going green, and we're starting to potentially really take off. And this is the small caps. So if this takes off to the upside, um, small caps are the hardest ones to move for the big markets, the big market makers, and that could be a bullish sign for the markets. The Nasdaq is the one that moved the most. It's but we are again possibly coming into some resistance, and we are red, red, yellow, and still red. So we are on the hourly chart green, 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 and green, but we are also starting to look like we're extended, pulling back in here to this zone or even a little deeper. Um, could make some sense, and this thing could roll over and again put in a hopefully higher low before we can take off and potentially put in a higher high. Unless we're in a V bottom situation, which it just takes off from here and nobody else can get in, um, I will look for buying conditions to be able to set up even if that does happen. The transports, really similar, same story. And just for fun, let's look at this one was interesting today. Merck. So that thing literally like did a total reversal. Big big down candle yesterday. Total reversal to the upside today. That is the kind of thing I was expecting to get stopped out. Alright, I'm going to move over to... Oh yeah, we didn't look at oil. So oil, USO. It's down. I'm short for right now, even though I'm looking for a reversal pattern, and that would be a buy indication. So long term, this gold line and that light blue line right there are both a big deal to me. So um, I'm looking for the buy, possibly right in there. Now let's flip over to stockcharts.com. Type in bullish. Buzz through the bullish percent indexes real quick. I'm not even going to give a whole lot of commentary on what this means, but the industrials didn't move. The NYA tacked on a new O and went down 0.55%. The transports didn't move, but they're in a column of O's. The NASDAQ went up by 0.59%. The S&P tacked on a new O and went down by 0.73%. The OEX went down by 1.72%. And the NDX minus 2.22%, but we are in a column of X's. So that's the one to watch for me. And then finally, our automatic trading systems. We tacked on a new green dot today on the YM, which means new highs in our equity. This is what our latest trades look like. And, it's not without its own pitfalls, but a lot of red and then some nice gains. And then we actually had a... Wait a minute, this is only sheet 4. Sorry, that is a... I botched it. That's sheet 1 of 4. There's actually a sheet, it goes to sheet 4 of 4 I didn't download. I'm going to leave it off for today, but you can see what we've been doing here lately is going up, and that doesn't match. This is literally sheet 1 of 4 right here. I needed to download the 4th sheet so you could see what's going on. It's a lot more wins than losses here lately. And then this one didn't move today, didn't even trade, so I didn't even download its sheet. This is the same as it was yesterday, and it's really nothing to write home about right now. The NASDAQ, on the other hand, has been coming back up again beautifully. And this, I did notice that I got the 4th sheet, so this is what I'm talking about. A lot of, between black and red, blacks are wins, and reds are losses. And you can see, I mean, just today, 823 is a $4,000 win. So that's with 5 contracts. So if you have one, it's a fifth of that. So that's what I got for today. Take care, everybody, and we will talk to you again tomorrow night.